Well, hello once again. This is Bishop Udell, and I'm bringing you another illustrated high points on a recent lesson. This was written by Todd Williams and is published in Union Gospel Press. He talks about several things. Let's look at this first point about He, Yahweh God, having compassion from Second Chronicles chapter 36, verse 15. Todd writes, Justice was swift and often brutal in the mining camps during the California gold rush. But pity was not completely unknown. In one instance, a man was caught stealing a tiny amount of gold dust. He was given 10 lashings. After dark the same day, he was caught stealing again. This time, he received 20 lashes and was forced to leave the camp. Although his back was covered with painful lacerations, the man straightway was found in a nearby camp trying to steal a mule. He was tried at once, and the judgment against him this time was 50 lashes. When the jury of miners who made the decision saw the condition of the man's back, however, they took a second vote and extended forgiveness for the offense. The owner of the mule, filled with compassion, took the robe to his tent and tended to his injuries. Interesting. Todd Williams has a second point about kept Sabbath in 2 Chronicles 36, verse 21. You might want to read that. Keeping Sunday as a Sabbath was a serious issue in early New England. In the old cemetery in Framingham, Massachusetts, two men share a common headstone. They died on the same day as Sunday. The event that sent the men to their maker unfolded like this. Abraham Rice got together with his neighbor, John Close, to discuss the possibility of striking a bargain for a horse. Since everyone believed that doing business on Sunday was a violation of the Sabbath, what happened next had a great impact on the minds of all who heard about it. A surprise thunderstorm moved in. As the men shook hands on the deal, a dazzling bolt of lightning flashed from the sky and ended the lives of the two men as well as the horse. Whatever day you set aside, of course, the original day, if you go back in history, the Sabbath was never changed. Jesus didn't change it. Paul didn't. They didn't change it. Uh, Earlier people, I think around 341 AD or so, in Europe, they decided they didn't want to have anything to do with these new people, these radical Christians helping people, healing people, speaking kindness. Oh, that did not go over in Europe. How can you win people to your group? So a religion decided to change the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday for several reasons. Reason number one, there are people who serve the sun god. And so if this other group is around and they have taken on the drapings of the failing Roman Empire, and they have access to power, human power, and money, and they were respected. And this group didn't want to be associated with keeping the Sabbath like the Jews and the Hebrews and others who kept the original Sabbath. So they changed the Sabbath for them and those who followed them to Sunday. And then years later, people in New England, they decided, well, the Bible does say keep the Sabbath, but we were told the Sabbath now can be kept on Sunday. And so in New England, And in this country and many places around the world, the Sabbath has been changed not by God, but by humans to accommodate their plans and not be associated with Jewish people or even the Hebrews who are determined to keep the original Sabbath, which is Saturday. Go back in history. There's a lot of history on that day. In fact, all the days of the week, did you know they were named after gods and goddesses? Yeah. So whatever day you keep, you're giving honor to some pagan god. If you keep Sunday, you're giving honor to the sun god. And if you keep Saturday, you keep or Friday or any day. Check it out. It's interesting to check out the stars and history. It is really interesting, and see how we got to this point. But anyway, I'm glad to share with you another illustrated high points. And this is written by Todd Williams in Union Gospel Press. Now, I'll have some more stuff to share with you, Lord willing. I can't say any more of what I'm going to do. We'll have to say if it's the Lord's will. And who knows, I may be in heaven this time next week, next month, next year, 10 years, or vice versa. 10 seconds, 1 second.